I'm here to end the debate once and for all. This is the last video you need to watch on this topic. One gorilla versus 100 men. I have the answer right here. No one else is going to tell you this. The answer you've been waiting for. One gorilla versus 100 men. Who wins, the gorilla or the 100 men? But the answer has been right in front of you all along. It's been so simple that a lot of you guys have failed to miss the purpose of all of this, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, you ready for it? You ready for it? The answer to one gorilla, one gorilla versus 100 men is that it is all a psyop, right? If you are focused on if 100 men can beat a gorilla, you are an NPC, right? And if you already clicked off this video by now, that just shows that you're an NPC. But if you stayed, it shows that there's still hope for you, right? See, following all these different trends and shit, it just like psyops you into being average. You're more focused on 100 men beating one gorilla more than like your actual life. Right? Like a lot of you guys are focused on like the wrong thing. Like some of you guys are like non-playable characters, right? Some of you guys are NPCs. Some of you guys, and what an NPC is those people who focus more on like mainstream media. You are plugged into this matrix. You only care about what society tells you. A role is forced on you. You don't step out of the norm. You don't think for yourself. You just go with whatever trend is flowing. You don't have your own opinions, right? And you blindly follow these trends. And that's what a lot of you guys are doing. You blindly follow these trends. You blindly follow the mainstream media and you neglect your own self-improvement. You neglect the things that actually matter in your life. NPCs are people who are focused on shit like Kendrick and Drake, focused on one gorilla versus one man, focused on bullshit like GTA 6, focused on whatever the mainstream media throws at you. You're the first people to know about it. Why? Because you're a non-playable character. You're a part of the program. You're like, like I'm gonna use the video game example. Like in GTA 6, you're like playing like your avatar, whatever, and those little side characters that are in the civilians. Bro, you're a civilian. Like you're not even a real person. You just follow the program, right? You don't step out of the norm. Like that movie, the Free Guy or whatever with the, what's that actor's name? What's that guy's name? What's his name? He was Deadpool, the guy who played Deadpool, but he was in a movie named Free Guy. And when he finally broke out of that like NPC mode, that's how you gotta be. You gotta break out of this NPC mode and actually focus on shit that actually matters. Focus on your life, right? Focus on what actually matters. Like instead of focusing on why one gorilla can beat 100 men, focus on why are you not yet in the calorie deficit. Focus on why you haven't been in the gym since January 1st. Focus on why you're still at the same spot you were last year, right? Focus on shit that actually matters. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect either, right? Because I still mess up. I still make mistakes and all that stuff, right? But I'm able to I've gotten to a point where I'm able to kind of call myself out and realize, okay, like right now I'm kind of making a mistake. Like even myself, I get caught up in these different trends and stuff like that. But then you got to realize like, yo, why am I so focused on this thing than my actual goals? You're more focused about if one gorilla can beat 100 men rather than focusing on why am I not in the calorie deficit? I'm out of shape. I'm overweight, or I'm skinny. I'm not jacked yet. I don't respect myself. No one respects me, right? Or I'm broke right now, but yet I'm worried about 100 men versus one gorilla, right? Like, it even look back to the Kendrick versus Drake. So many people put so much of their time and effort into these things that don't even matter, but they're not even focused on improving their own lives. People want to go out and play GTA 6, but your life is in shambles, but you want to build up a fake imaginary character. Like, make that make sense, right? Make that make sense, right? And if you stayed this far into the video, it just shows that you're not an NPC, right? You actually want to improve your life. You actually want to hear what I have to say, right? Because what I'm saying to you right now is like, you got to take your life serious, bro. You got to like lock in. It's either lock in or clock in. If you don't lock in right now, you're going to be average. You're going to be left behind. Do you really want to live a life like that? Right? I'm always talking about on this channel, there's nothing enlightening about playing small, right? And right now, a lot of you guys are playing small. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you don't have to. I'm not saying not to follow trends and be monk mode and not be on social media, delete Instagram, all this type of stuff and be like some kind of like weirdo monk. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that there's an imbalance. What I'm saying is that there's an imbalance and an incongruency between your goals and mainstream media and following like stupid trends and just being like an NPC, if that makes sense, right? Like, for example, a lot of people will focus more on like things like Kendrick and Drake, GTA 6, one man versus 100 gorilla. You guys know more about that than your own self-improvement, right? There needs to be a little bit of a balance. I got like, sure, whatever. You can, go on social media and whatnot and participate in these dumbass trends, right? But like at the same time, you want to make sure that you're also focused on your life too. Like don't let it like become where you're focused on the 100 men versus gorilla, but yet you're not in shape and you haven't been to the gym since January 1st and you're broke as shit and your life is just keep going down the drain, right? You want to make sure it's balanced out. You need to balance this shit out. A lot of you guys are unbalanced. You're unbalanced right now. You need to balance your shit out, right? You need to focus on, okay, what's actually important in my life right now? Let me get that straight. And then maybe I can focus on this 100 men versus one gorilla bullshit or whatever trend is. Or maybe I can play GTA 6. I'm not, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to be like one of these guys that says, there's no such thing as work-life balance. I'm not going to be one of these people that says grind, no enjoyment. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is you actually need a little bit of balance. And what I would even take a step further and say, sometimes you need to be a little bit unbalanced. Sometimes you need to work a little bit. You need to be in that grind mode, kind of a little bit unbalanced for a little bit more on the work side. So then you can actually eventually be balanced and actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? And to bring it back full circle, you guys got to balance your shit out, right? Because right now on this scale, right? On this little teeter-totter shit that I'm trying to make you visualize here, the bullshit is winning. And the stuff that actually matters is the bullshit is outweighing the shit that actually matters in your life, right? And you need to fix that, right? And if you need help fixing that, you want to recreate yourself, right? You want to hop on Bodygame, hit the link in the description. I'm the guy for that. And we'll see if it makes sense to work together, right? Little shameless plug for those of you guys that need it, right? And that's kind of all I wanted to say for today is TLDR, balance your shit out, right? Focus on the shit that actually matters. It's 4 months into 2025. You wrote a bunch of New Year's resolutions. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to be focused on the next trend? Are you going to focus more on these bullshit trends, focusing on shit that doesn't matter more than your own life? Or are you actually going to lock in this year? Right? It's your choice. But if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, send it to someone who really needs to hear it. I know a lot of people need to hear it. Send it out. And, yeah, remember there's nothing lightning about playing small. Catch you guys next video. See ya.